This is wrong enough to know better. And today, we need to talk about what I'm calling the $100 million letter. Here's the story. A state senator from Maine, Joseph Martin, decided to send a letter to a British Columbia legislator. The idea to invite Western Canada to ditch their identity and apply to become U.S. states sounds bold, right? Actually, it's arrogant, and it shows just how little he understands about Canada. In this so-called vision, Canada would be stripped of bilingualism, multiculturalism, the Charter of Rights, even Canadian history. He called all of that political baggage translation. Erase who we are, and maybe we'll let you in. Let's break this down. First, he wants Canadians to give up our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, calling it nothing more than lofty rhetoric. Apparently, our protections don't count. Then, our gun safety laws, because in his mind, freedom means an AR-15 and a far greater chance of being caught in a mass shooting. He wants us to throw away parliamentary democracy in exchange for Washington's gerrymandered two-party gridlock and multiculturalism. He thinks we can just give it up. But here's the truth. Canada isn't about multiculturalism. Canada is multicultural. It's not a policy. It's who we are. Now, let's look at how poorly he understands our provinces. Manitoba. He thinks French language protections are optional. Clearly, he's never dealt with the Francophone community. Trust me, I married one. You don't mess with that, Alberta. He assumes Alberta is just waiting to be mine. Half the province is treaty land. You don't get to vote that away. British Columbia? Sure, there are conservatives. But this isn't MAGA country. Canadian politics isn't infected with the same disease as American politics. Saskatchewan, massive land, massive infrastructure. The U.S. couldn't afford the upkeep, period. And here's the kicker. He talks like joining the U.S. would be an upgrade. But let's look at what Canadians would actually lose. Healthcare. In Canada, no one goes bankrupt over a hospital bill. In the U.S., 500,000 people go medically bankrupt every year. Parental leave, Canada offers up to 18 months of paid leave. In the U.S., zero federal guarantee. Parents are forced back to work within days. Childcare, we're moving to $10 a day care. In the U.S., families pay more than $1,200 a month, sometimes more than rent. Gun safety, Canadian kids don't rehearse active shooter drills. In the U.S., guns are the leading cause of death for children and teens. So tell me again, what exactly are we upgrading to? Here's the truth. This letter wasn't about helping Canadians. It was about boosting his own political brand. By adding for U.S. states, he thinks he can shift American politics further toward his brand of conservatism. But here is what he didn't think through. Instead of making Canadians want to join the U.S., he reminded millions of us why we should double down on supporting Canadian industries and boycotting U.S. products. Even if just a fraction of Canadians take that seriously. That's not just a dumb stunt, that's a $100 million mistake. And Senator Martin, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for reminding us why we're proud to be Canadian.